Hello, and here I have a match from yesterday's SFT. Yesterday, today, whatever may apply to you. Of myself on the Empire versus the Greenskins, and the Greenskins come with a actually fairly ranged heavy build. No, it's not that much. And the usual kinda green tide, some orc biguns mixed in actually, to deter cavalry, though usually it's rather the Empire that tries to hold cavalry out of their lines. Savage Orc Era Boys, they have the advantage that they have ITP, I think. Or it might only come from the frenzy. I'm not sure right now on this. And if they had ATP, they can't be terror routed, which is a common occurrence here in this matchup. Front line of Orc Boys, and then the sneaky stuff, the nasty Skulkers. Yeah, but fairly obvious. You could also use the Stout Gobbo here, but I'm not sure. Maybe because they can evade cavalry a bit better. And then we have a Goblin Lord with Rampage and Tormentor Sword that got popular recently after the Rampage changes. And yeah, basically you plug some enemy single entity beast or other vulnerable targets with the Rampage and bind it to you or something and then root it, and all while doing this you either shoot it or get your bacon cavalry onto them. Then we have two Night Goblin casters with Vindictive Glare, and this I assume is attacked against Steam Tanks, as Steam Tanks still have this issue like many chariots or similar things, corpse cuts, that they get hit multiple times by artillery or magic missile spells, and such get rather devastating damage into them. So they are probably against Steam Tanks. He's now shooting them at Boris, which isn't very effective. I don't know if it would be better to just bring it at my infantry. My infantry, Boris, I mentioned, I have like the full force of spearmen and swordsmen. 5 swordsmen, 5 spearmen, 3 with shield, 3 without, so full contingent, and 3 free company militia, and 3 simple Empire archers, not crossbows, archers, an Empire captain, and a bright wizard. And yeah, the game plan for myself was rather kinda like goblins spam sheep shit at you, so greenskins, I call them goblins because they're so goblin based in lords and armies currently. They spam cheap stuff at you. I can do that too. So this is like the cheapest and widest you can go with an Empire build while still bringing a Terra monster and still having a good balance from shooting to holding and melee tools. And yeah. Goblin army, I always call them Goblin. Greenskin army is advancing here a bit, because otherwise I would threaten to take this objective. They have this here on the side, but not heavily fortified, so they can't really afford to lose this here, and rather defend it by having the engagement closer to it. So yeah, now I start shelling, shooting from all bows and guns I have brought. This is a bit weird. I should have rather walked into the free militia. But I think they're out in a second anyway. The beauty of Burning Head, though I picked only a Night Goblin Archer. Oh, this is dangerous. It didn't actually reach. The bounces are sometimes rather crazy. Yeah, it's a bit discoordinated, I would say, or too early for the Greenskins to launch in full assault, because usually they are the ones with more infantry units, but in this case they didn't have that, and as such I'm even allowed to keep some strategic reserves behind my lines just in case, and my shooting isn't compromised. And I have my Terra Beasted magic running rampage in the enemy's back lines. They had about as many archers or missile pieces as I had, so that's where their infantry, equality comes from. But I had better tools to kill or occupy their infantry. Here's a bacon calf, tried to somehow get through here, but got blocked by a spear and an Empire Knight. Empire Knights are good against, but they also got shot by those two units. And I'm using this a bit as a flank cover here. And the Greenskins don't really have the power with the units I have here to just fully penetrate my lines at some point. They might have gone for a one-side overload and pull the whole army to just one side to break through them and try to get everything into chaos, because a chaotic situation is what the Greenskins want in this situation. Their mobility is stronger, their missile pieces are a bit more resilient. Yeah, the Swamp Thing's getting shot down. He uses Stalin's Revenge brought out to deal with armored things, especially those, though they already got down surprisingly quickly. Oh, they have only 40 armor. I thought they were armored and not stone scrolls, apparently. Good to know. Some cheeky dive attempts here with my cavalry, though it's the Greenskin frontline has disintegrated. Mine also almost, like if you look into this area, he is only one routed Empire Swordsman, the rest is all missile or hybrid units. Yeah, I didn't comment on it, but I used my idle cavalry, which I don't want to really deep dive into that because they easily get stuck and then killed by trolls or bacon riders. I used them to take this point, and now I get something to reinforce the point, though I summoned them a bit from the wrong direction. But to comment on here, I wanted to say something, I forgot what it was. More Burning Head. The value on my caster isn't crazy. Like, it's still really good considering I kill like trash units. They still have ITP. Yeah, okay, so it's innate and not just from frenzy. They still routed because Burst and Blood War also makes a leadership debuff, and so does the Burning Head. I brought out some mortar wagons, mainly because I had so much stuff on the field. Oh, I forgot about this knight. And I didn't really have something else to summon at this point. Usually it's bad to bring them out late in the game. Either you bring them early or not at all. Some good charge on the bacon calf would probably annihilate those knights. Try to pull them out, but that's too late. I haven't really tried to kill his goblins the whole game. Oh, now that I see it, I remember what I wanted to say. I don't. The opponent has brought out very few squigs, and I don't really know why. They were rather instrumental on the infantry breakthrough potential of them, since they nicely stack into their own infantry and are easy to squeeze through the gaps in enemy formations and get into the back lines. And at least my swordsmen, free militia, and archers, they could have, annoyed a lot. They got a cost increase, but I don't think it pushed them to the point where they are no longer useful. But I don't know if they're the meta pick right now. So yeah, by now I've kinda taken control over the whole battlefield and formed a real defensive line with the second lives of several spearmen and such. Okay, you could have dodged that. This wasn't necessary, though. Any dodge attempt for Burning Head often is countered by the thing just randomly moving and completely following all your movements. I think I fast forwarded here. Now I have such a strong position. Those value counters are utter bullshit. Like, look at that. I have fighting on the edge of a spawn, and the value says it's even. Totally. The caster here is out of Winds of Magic, so I could have unsummoned him, but I thought I also can just yeet it. He has some damage and charge bonus, and just throw it at the enemy heroes, or disrupt some missiles. It's usually I don't unsummon them if they are heroes. If they are lords, of course I don't do that. But yeah, it also depends on how expensive they are, but Empire mages are super cheap. Like 250 base costs plus spells, it's super cheap. And also have a cheap mount option. So yeah, 1500, that's pretty good. The Burning Heads weren't really optimal that I placed, but it's also due to the opponent really having no stack up at all, because they engaged on a really wide front, which I was happy with in this situation though. Boris got not a lot of value, but it's, as always for Blood Roar Griffin Terror Beasts, if the opponent's unit routes at 80% HP, you don't need to do a lot of value into them to get your money worth back out of it. Infantry, not much to say about it. Those archers, they cost 350. They are super cheap, and they still did good. Especially this one. This one did great. I don't know what it shot. Probably, maybe this one was the one that majorly killed the Swamp Things or something. So there were squigs, but never really summoned. So yeah, I was in this build situation really happy with the Empire Archers. Free militias also, I like them. They need to do a bit more to pay for themselves, but in this situation here they did it, though maybe some lived twice, I don't remember. And they didn't do so hot. So I summoned them quite late and then they got entangled with boars. Yeah, Mortar actually did quite well for how late it was summoned. Paid about half of it, but usually not a good thing to summon them so late. Stalin's Revenge, always great unit. They are deceptively hard to shut down. Yeah, some of the archers did good. I don't remember the price for those, but others I got down fairly quickly with either magic or Boris, or both. Storm Swings actually did a lot of damage. Probably against Boris while he was rampaged, and Boris just heals it. Dealing damage to expensive lords or heroes characters can kinda inflate the stats sometimes. Not really representative. Yeah, the casters did well here, fairly. They're also cheap, but for just a spell, yeah, I don't know if you needed to. But, well, I guess if I had brought a tanks, I would have. They would have been great, like really. And with that, I probably went over everything that got summoned. Yeah. See you later on the next one. Bye.